Meghan Markle to be discussed as part of white privilege lessons at private school. Meghan Markle and the additional challenges she may have faced in comparison with Kate Middleton upon joining the royal family are to be discussed at a private school as part of its new series of lectures on white privilege. St Dunstan's, a private school in London with annual fees ranging from £12,501 to £19,068 depending on the age of its pupils, has introduced lectures discussing white privilege. These lessons come after a surge in interest in the Black Lives Matter movement. While St Dunstan's accepts children from nursery to the age of 18, this course will be taught only from year 9, when pupils are aged 13 or 14. And Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is to be one of the topics of discussion during the lessons. Nicholas Hewlett, headmaster at the school in Catford, southeast London, said teachers would explore with students the difficulties faced by both Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton when they joined the royal family but learn that Meghan Markle faced additional challenges based on social speculations associated with her race, as reported by the Sunday Times. During these lessons, the concept of microaggression, an incident or action regarded as a subtle or unintentional act of discrimination against members of a marginalized community, will also be looked into. Among the real-life examples to be discussed will be trying to touch the hair of a pupil who has an afro or denying the existence of white privilege. The headmaster also said, "We do not teach white privilege in order to engender a sense of guilt among our white community, but to help all our young people, of whatever racial origin, to unpick and better understand the complexities and sensitivities of a real and live issue that matters to them and to so much of the society they occupy." Other issues included in this series of lessons are to be toxic femininity, why only white male actors have so far portrayed James Bond and why only white people have been elected Prime Minister in the UK. Pupils will also examine statistics comparing police's stop and search rates of black and white people. Mr. Hewlett further spoke about the reason behind the choice to run this course. He told the Mail Online, "We run the risk of an increasingly polarized society where different generations become entrenched in their positions of difference and that cannot be healthy. Schools have an essential role to tackle these issues and concepts by airing them and discussing them, helping young people hear different viewpoints and articulate their own thinking. This is far more important than what white privilege is or isn't." The use of the term white privilege has been discussed recently by prominent conservative MPs. Last October, Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch told the Commons School should offer opposing views when debating the concept of white privilege. Earlier this month, Doria MP Jonathan Gullis said during a fringe meeting at the Conservative Party conference that anyone using the phrase white privilege should be referred to the government's Prevent program, used to track potential terrorists. Following backlash, he defended his views in a Facebook post and invited any left-woke warrior to visit Stoke-on-Trent North, Kidsgrove and talk and try to tell the people there that they are somehow privileged. White privilege is normally used to describe the inherent advantages possessed by white people in a society characterized by racial inequality. Meghan and Prince Harry spoke about racial inequality on multiple occasions in the past. While marking last year's Black History Month in the UK, Prince Harry said in October 2020 he became more aware of the issues surrounding race after marrying Meghan. He said, "I wasn't aware of so many of the issues and so many of the problems within the UK and also globally as well. I thought I did but I didn't." The prince added, "You know, when you go into a shop with your children and you only see white dolls, do you even think, 'That's weird, there is not a black doll there?' And I use that as just one example of where we as white people don't always have the awareness of what it must be like for someone else of a different colored skin, of a black skin, to be in the same situation as we are, where the world that we know has been created by white people for white people." Meghan also spoke about racism and her struggles within the royal family during the Sussex's landmark interview with Oprah Winfrey aired in March. During the 2-hour-long sit-down, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex alleged racism within the firm, which responded in a statement saying the issues discussed by the Sussexes were concerning. The statement added, "While some recollections may vary, They are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Meghan also discussed how the Duchess of Cambridge being called Waity Katie for years prior to her marriage with Prince William did not compare to the experience she had gone through after joining the royal family. This was not included in the final cut of the interview but was shared in a clip released by CBS the day after the sit-down was aired. Meghan said, "Unfortunately, if members of his family say, well, this is what's happened to all of us, if they can compare with the experience what I went through was similar to what has been shared with us. Kate was called Waity Katie, waiting to marry William, while I imagine that was really hard, and I can't picture what that felt like. This is not the same, and if a member of his family will say we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same." Asked by Ms. Winfrey if Meghan's experience from Kate was different because of race, the Duchess said it was also due to the fact she was not British and social media are more prominent now than in the early 2000s. What that felt like, this is not the same, and if a member of his family will say we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same. Asked by Ms. Winfrey if Meghan's experience from Kate was different because of race, the Duchess said it was also due to the fact she was not British and social media are more prominent now than in the early 2000s.